If you think you have ADHD, then this video is for you. Because every time I hear someone tell me they think they have undiagnosed ADHD, I cannot help but believe, of course you have undiagnosed ADHD. Everyone has. And it would be crazy to not have ADHD in this world. I mean, this is looking pretty beautiful right now, and I'm out in nature, but living most of our lives the way we're living them, at school, at a desk, inside, wasn't the way we were meant to live. And for a long time, I myself believed that I had undiagnosed ADHD and that I was trapped with this, and that I had to find a way to navigate society with this disablement, and that it was weird that no one else had it like this. But I came to understand that it's actually almost better if you have a bad attention in this kind of world. Of course, we're all chilling too much on our phones, but if you feel like you have undiagnosed ADHD, like you're interested in many things, like you always want to do a whole lot of stuff and cannot focus on one single thing, well, that's good, because that means that you're connected with your human nature. I'm almost worried for those that don't feel like they have ADHD, because they're suppressing their human nature so much, they're so comfortable suppressing their human nature of wanting to do many things at once, being generalists, that they're just disconnected from who they are, and that they might have trouble finding back to what makes them human. They've become so comfortable being like a piece in the machine or like a tool in the toolbox that they forgot what it meant to know how to use the toolbox, that they forget what it means to be human. And when I was a teenager, of course I was chilling on my phone too much and had a bad attention because of that, like all of us do, but I was worried. I thought, fuck, I'm gonna have to take Ritalin, or I'm gonna have to force myself to make it work for me for the rest of my life at a desk job. But now I really learned that life isn't meant to be lived that way. And I'm strong enough to realize that I'm not gonna live that way, and I'm gonna do my best to not live that way and to make the best of my ADHD. And that in fact, everyone who even has the slightest suspicion that they have some sort of ADHD, which is actually just normal humanness and not having ADHD would be the weird ones, that I really, really encourage you to seek your own path, the path that makes your ADHD work, or the path that your ADHD is showing to you, meaning the interest that you really care about. And to be honest, it might feel like it's not possible to make a living out of the stuff that you're interested in, if you're interested in super niche stuff. But everyone can make a living out of those types of things. If you've solved a problem in your life, then there is always a chance that someone else has the same problem and that would be willing to pay you for the solution that you found for yourself. That is OG entrepreneurship. You don't have to reinvent the next 50th dating app. But if you've solved your own problem related to dating in life, if you've solved your own problem related to whatever the fuck it is, and market it the right way, people will buy it. And that will be your own entrepreneurship. That will be how ADHD led the way for you. We've been told by the Matrix that ADHD is an illness and that it's not making us work the way we want, or the way we're supposed to be, even worse, the way we're supposed to be. But that's a lie. Yeah, that ADHD makes us not work the way the Matrix wants us to work, but who would want that to work? I mean, we've been very damn well conditioned and tricked by corporations, by governments, by the shadow government into believing that we really need to be working in a corporate job and working this life, this Matrix life that sucks. And that makes us feel trapped, and that makes us feel sick and ill, as if ADHD would be an illness. But my message to you today is that ADHD is anything but an illness. It's your ticket to escape the Matrix. It's your road sign. It's whatever highlights your ADHD, except for when you're too much on your phone, like reduce that. And then your intuition, thanks to ADHD, your ADHD intuition will guide you to the right path. And you want to know something crazy? You want to know where ADHD originally comes from, like evolutionarily. So we used to be hunter-gatherers, right? And the hunters would be those that would stay calm on the top of a hill for a long time And as soon as the slightest movement was perceived by them, anything moved by them in the distance, they would react to it. Their attention would get caught by moving objects. Objects that were moving out of the pattern that they were recognizing. So pattern, the field, and a different movement, an animal, would be something that they would have to go chase down. That is OG ADHD-ness. And if you think about it, that was their ticket to survival. Their ticket to getting a meal for that night. Of course, they had to go after it and run and get the animal and stuff. But yeah. And it's similar with the gatherers. If you had to collect berries or nuts or something, looking into the distance or into the bushes and recognizing a color that's not entirely the most common one, so not green, but like blue or red or whatever, that would be ADHD. ADHD is your OG way of solving your problems, or your OG way of being an entrepreneur, your OG way of living. And anything that makes you feel like that's wrong is wrong and unnatural. And yeah, it might feel like it's hard to build a business. It might feel like it's hard to make a living and to create so much content and to find a way to live from your passions. But it really is the way. It really, really is. So that's my message to you today. ADHD has never been an illness. The Matrix has sold you that it's an illness, and you should listen to what your ADHD is telling you to live a fulfilled and happy life, to regain your humanness, to come back to your human power, and to become the OG entrepreneur that you were supposed to be. Thanks for watching.